Well, welcome to the Nature Center at Steele Creek Park. I'm Jeremy Stout. I'm the manager here, and I've worked here since 2006. And Steele Creek Park is a really special place. We are the third largest city park in the state of Tennessee. We're almost 2,300 acres in size. So that's a whole lot of park. We've got a lot of wild area. We have 25 miles of hiking trails, lots and lots and lots of park for people to see and explore and enjoy. But what that also means is that most of our visitors are not going to see very much of all that the park has to offer. So what the Nature Center aims to do is to act as a research, education, and conservation center for the park and the surrounding areas. So what that means for most of our visitors who would come through the doors during our open hours is that we interpret the park and its biodiversity and natural history through interpretive exhibits. So we're owned and operated by the City of Bristol, Tennessee. We're part of the Department of Parks and Recreation, but we're also very thankful to have a nonprofit organization, the Friends of Steele Creek Nature Center and Park, that have fundraised for all of the exhibits and are vitally important partners to help us achieve our mission. So if you don't mind, I'd love to take you through and show you some of our exhibits and what you can find in the Nature Center. So we are open 7 days per week. We're open till 5, Labor Day to Memorial Day, and we close an hour later. We're open till 6, Memorial Day, Memorial Day through Labor Day. We only close for snow and for the major holidays. I'll let you all in on a little secret. This is something that a lot of people don't know unless they're told. You know, Steele Creek Park has this iconic view. We have this lake with a forest on either side. Everybody who comes to Steele Creek Park, they see that view. Well, when we were designing the Nature Center, we actually designed it to be sort of a mirror image or a microcosm of that view. And so we interpret our lake animals in the middle of the room, and we have simulated forest environment on either side. So this is Big Snappy. He's been with us since 1995. He's the longest serving animal that we currently have at the Nature Center and the star of the show. We have bird stories that we interpret on the other side of the main gallery. Over here we have our terrestrial animals, reptiles, mammals. We do this through interpretive signage along this reader rail. We also have taxidermies that have been donated to us. And we have a handful of live animals that can't be released into the wild. One of my favorite exhibits is the Discovery Room. This is intended for kids pre-K through about maybe 1st or 2nd grade, although kids of all ages have fun in here, myself included. And the main attraction of this exhibit is the Build-A-Pond community, which is effectively just giant refrigerator magnets that interpret a real habitat right here in Steele Creek Park. And kids can put the creatures and the plants where they belong, or they can create their own stories and have snakes flying in the sky if they want to. Another thing that I love about the storytelling opportunities that we have in the Nature Center is that, so upstairs we mimic the lake and the forest environments on either side. Well, downstairs, as we physically came down the stairs to get here, we also simulate traveling into geological layers. So this is where we interpret the park's natural history of the rock cycle, geologic time, caves, and we have more to come. We've got an interactive giant ground sloth, an exhibit that's going to be going down the wall to my right here. And we also have major renovations that are occurring with our library and research space as well. This is really neat. These are all pictures that were taken in the park, and these are the winners and honorable mentions of the 2020 photography contest. And right now we have ongoing, we're receiving entries for the 2021 photography contest. And my favorite thing about this, well, my first favorite thing is that all of these are things that were taken in the park, pictures taken from inside the park, but also We have a whole category just for the youth division. You know what youth is, Riker? That's kids like you. So a lot of these pictures were actually taken by kids in the park.
I have a camera, but right now, batteries.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's kind of broken a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. But you could enter this photography contest if you want to this year or some future year.
What's the cutoff?
September, I want to say the 24th. It's coming up soon, but we've got a flyer upstairs that you can take with you if you like.
None of these have people in them. Do you want people in them, or are you focusing more on just the park?
That's a great question. So it's a wildlife photography contest,
Okay.
but it doesn't, I mean, there absolutely can be people in the photographs. In fact, some of our winners and honorable mentions have been scenic shots of folks walking along the trail. The only stipulation is that it has to depict some natural aspect of the park, and it has to be taken inside the park. We also have a classroom that can house up to 50 or more people for programs and activities. And we have, as I mentioned, a lot more that's going to be coming down the line. So if you haven't been to the Nature Center, please come check us out. There's always something new to explore. And make sure to come visit the first time and then come back often so you can see what all we have to offer.